First up here on Midday, today the Louisiana legislature is kicking off the 2024 regular legislative session down in Baton Rouge. And that's where we find Colin Vedros, who is live now outside of the state capitol. Colin, how is it over there in Baton Rouge?
Yeah, that's right, Joanna. It is a packed house behind me here at the state capitol as lawmakers from both sides of the House and the Senate get set to discuss hundreds and hundreds of bills throughout the next couple of months. Now, this legislature has gone through two special sessions already, one of them dealing with the legislative maps and one of them dealing with crime. Now, this legislature still is pretty new, especially including State Representative Jason DeWitt of Boyce, but it's still a new legislature with some new things going on, as well as a new Republican governor in Jeff Landry. Now, both the legislative House and the Senate will be meeting together at about 1 o'clock to hear Governor Landry give his remarks. That's when he will talk to the whole legislature about what he expects this special session to, or expect this regular session to be, and how this will play out for the legislature and for the statewide. And we will keep following with you as this legislation keeps on rolling. We'll be here until the end of the day, or at least until the end of this beginning of the remarks. So we'll get the most coverage for you as we continue our coverage of the legislative session. But reporting live here in Baton Rouge, Colin Vedros for News Channel 5. Joanna, we'll send it back over to you.